I think involving the consumers in our research has enabled us to do more than what we thought was possible to do, especially ideas that we thought, oh, the consumers wouldn't like this or the families wouldn't want to do this, but without actually asking them, you don't know. Children with neuromuscular disorders have weaker muscles, and this can affect their ability to breathe. And we see this happening in kids as they get older, and it normally starts happening when they're sleeping, but we're not sure of when this problem actually starts. So the aim of this study is to determine whether we can see different markers of their disease progression and see whether we can better predict the problems with breathing during sleep. This study started off as a really small study, and then with consumers, we've involved them in the planning processes of taking this trial from a small study to a now larger multi-centre longitudinal study as well. So they've been with us the entire way with helping us develop the testing protocol, the frequency of visits, what exactly gets tested and what we measure, the questions that we ask them as well. So they've been involved the whole way in terms of the design and implementation of the study. The consumers that are involved are parents of young kids with a neuromuscular disorder or adults and young adults that are living with the disorder as well, so they understand exactly, the problems that they're facing and how we can ultimately hopefully change that for them and their kids and other children that have this disorder as well. When we were designing this project and this study and how it was going to go, one of the things that we thought would be helpful was to have less frequent visits, because we thought it would be more burdensome for the families involved. However, when we talked with our consumers, they say, oh no, it's important to know the short-term kind of effects of your study as well. When we look at the measures short-term, not just long-term. So that was something that we changed in our study design based on directly from their input and their feedback as well. Another aspect that we didn't even think of was an issue was the idea of the home sleep studies. So these kids generally have their sleep studies every year in the hospital, and we found out from our consumers that it's the most burdensome part of the whole experience of their clinical care. They came up with the idea of, why don't we offer these sleep studies at home? Can we do that? Is that something that we can do? And we took that on board and decided that might be something that we could do. So I think without their help and their feedback there and input there, the home sleep study component of our study would not be happening at the moment. We've had feedback from our families that have taken part in the home sleep study that they prefer it. It's less dysfunctional to their normally family dynamic at night time, when the kids are able to sleep longer and better, and they're able to be in their own bedrooms and their own beds, surrounded by familiar surroundings. The results that we found so far are that the studies are feasible for the families and also the researchers to do them, and the results we found the results are comparable to the in-hospital sleep studies as well. So it's very early days, but we're hoping to continue seeing these results. I think it's important to involve consumers in your research because ultimately they're the end users of the research, and they are the ones that will be affected by the findings of your research. So I think it's really important to involve them during the implementation of the project and throughout as the project rolls out as well, and keeping them informed and getting their feedback as you go as well to, hopefully make a better project.